small. Wow, tiny.
You are currently listening to Tiny Table,
where we explore TTRPGs you might not have heard of.
Whether big or small, we hope to cover them all.
Because we know that great things can come in tiny packages.
Hello and welcome to Tiny Table, where no game is too small. From rules to rolling to review, we teach RPGs so you can play too. And tonight, I hope you're all very excited to join us as our coterie journeys to Elysium on a night like this. If I could have my lovely players all introduce themselves, their pronouns, their characters, their pronouns, and your favorite museum.
Hi, I'm Holly, they, she, and I'll be playing Evelyn, she, her. And my favorite museum is the Met. Classic, it's great. I love Monet.
And I love Monet, as in cash. And hi, I'm Skylar. He, they, it, all interchangeable. And I'm going to be playing Damien McLean. Gangrel, he, him. And my favorite museum is the International UFO Museum and Research Center and Gift Shop located in Roswell, New Mexico. Because this is one that I grew up.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go indeed. This was my growing up like childhood local museum because I kind of grew up in the middle of nowhere out in New Mexico. There wasn't a lot to do, but roughly 30-minute drive away to Roswell, you could find the dopest little nichest museum in the world, and I love it. A lot of fond memories there.
I like how it includes gift shop in the title, as if every good museum doesn't have a gift shop. Hi, I'm Neo. I use they and he pronouns, and I'm playing Anastasia Mesmer, she, her. And my favorite museum has to be the the Guggenheim in New York. It was really life-changing event when I went to see the Hilma af Klint exhibit. And inside the exhibit, Hilma expressed a desire for her art to be displayed in an upward ascending spiral, completely unknown to the construction of the Guggenheim at the time. It was just like pure destiny that the Guggenheim was shaped like her visions. Just incredible woman. An incredible museum.
And I am, have been, and will continue to be your storyteller Julian, she, her pronouns. And my favorite museum is also the Guggenheim, but I think for sake of variety, I'll give a little shout out to MoMA for containing my favorite single painting, which is Andrew Wyeth's Christina's World. Just a truly haunting piece that I had the great pleasure of having my first ever exposure to it be the real painting in person at the museum. I had never encountered it like online or in a textbook. And when I rounded the corner and I saw it, I was stunned into perfect stillness for like 10 real-life minutes. So, very good painting. Shouts out MoMA, shouts out the Guggenheim, and shouts out our beloved coterie as we rejoin on a night quite like this. The moon hangs high, but our Vema wouldn't know it, as they conspire deep underground with Pele and Vera, twin Nosferatu interceptors, who have brought our coterie down, down, down into their domain. But our Vema desires ascension. They desire Elysium. So you all were specifically looking for an Elysium of Toreador, yes? You were looking to find, like, the Toreador upper crust to follow up on this Mary Brighton situation. Making that desire clear to Pele and Vera, they take a moment and plug away at their various computers and do a bunch of convenient for the GM hacking and figuring out wherever that's going on right now. After a few minutes of twiddling away on their keyboards, Vera lifts her head and says, "How convenient. You won't need to wait long. They're already in full swing."
Oh. You mean it's happening? On a night like this?
God damn it.
Indeed it is. They've been gathering rather regularly, it seems. The prince is absent from the city, and it seems the seneschal is ornery about order in the absence. The Guggenheim's Tannhauser collection is where you'll find them. I'm sure it's invite only.
You said their prince was missing? Do we think this is... That's not tied to this whole Mary situation, is it?
Best I can surmise, the artist formerly known as Amira is overseas right now on high council business.
Okay, just want to make sure I know what we're stepping into.
Wait, hang on. Just a brief question. The prince is the prince of all vampires or
No.
just the Toreadors?
This would be the prince of the Toreador domain in New York City.
Okay. Well, how very Toreador. Their beloved leader disappears, and suddenly there's a power vacuum and they're squabbling. How uncouth. Those divas. So, how are we going to be invited to their Elysium, or should we just show up unannounced?
Do we think it's like a paper ticket thing or like a... It couldn't be a QR code, right? You know, we couldn't hack a QR code.
I think this has less to do with ticketing and much more to do with the privacy element. Slightly out of character, Neo in real life did not realize that Elysium was a political meeting. I thought it was a sexy vampire party.
There's not necessarily a zero overlap there. Elysiums often happen at sexy vampire parties.
A little column A, little column B.
I see. Okay, so maybe there is a sexy vampire party. I do have obfuscate as one of my skills, and it's the silence of death. It's a free cost as well, so, you know, maybe one of us can sneak in, but, like, ultimately, what are we trying to gain from this Elysium? Just information on Mary Brighton?
Yeah, I mean, that kind of seems to be the gist, is if anyone's going to know her location, it's likely her own clan. We have a coterie. We all kind of know where we reside, where we haunt. And I think that it's probably likely that Mary Brighton has, or at least had, a coterie that would have more common whereabouts on her, you know, locations and information.
Or we could at least get confirmation that she did leave the Toreador.
Perhaps we can show up under the ruse that this is official Vema business. Perhaps they'll be a little bit more willing to open the door if we are under the guise that this is on Ventru command.
Wouldn't even really be a ruse, right? Like, you are here on Vema business. The only element you'd be lying about is that Francino has commanded your presence.
Sounds like a good lie to me.
Oh, I agree.
And I imagine most Toreador aren't going to be too keen to test that theory, given his short temperament.
Very fair.
Shall we to the Goog? She wouldn't
We
say that. She
shall.
would say Guggenheim.
I feel like that's so hard to say
another-
the gook.
Yeah, she's a Swiftie. She definitely says Goog.
She's hip. She's with it.
100%. Given that you're already in the subway, I'm assuming it's a quick subway jaunt up.
Oh, fuck. But even regardless, we should probably change.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I think Anastasia's like, oh, God, An Elysium in this outfit? I don't even have... Oh my god, what am I going to wear?
But what will I wear?
Exactly. Quick wardrobe scene where we all get changed.
So are you all heading back to your respective individual living spaces? Because that is gonna add like another hour or so before, probably like an hour and a half to 2 hours before you're at the Elysium.
Is there anywhere nearby that's like open? I don't know if there are like tailor shops that are open late. Maybe I could just like steal a suit.
Oh wait, no, we're all dressed up from when we went to the Plaza Hotel. So like, we look fine, we're just a little grimy.
You guys didn't really dress up to go to the plaza. Some of you were okay dressed. Damien doesn't look well dressed for the plaza.
Well, he's a gangrel.
I mean, that could also be part of the ruse, right? Like, hey, we were sent here on Vama business. We didn't have time to get nice for your Elysium. We're here on fucking work. You know, maybe we could just use that to play into the fact, like, maybe me not being dressed up could be part of the lie.
Yet another part of the lie that is objectively true.
Yeah, exactly.
We're just so used to thinking everything is a lie.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, also,
that we're like, oh wait.
It's starting to sound a little more like the plan is to go up and honestly and forthrightly say, hello, we are here on Vama business. We aren't invited. We would like to come in. We have some questions. Is it all right if we're here?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta show up and say, we're here on Vema business.
It's honestly not a terrible plan. The only real issue is one of like, if someone takes offense. But honestly, with the Toreador, you're kind of running that risk all the time regardless, so, you know, save some time.
Well, sorry, Tumblr fans. You're just going to have to imagine the cool, sexy outfit swap that we won't get to describe as we cut instead straight to the Elysium.
Damien doesn't even have a suit.
I think Anastasia is still serving cunt, I will say. She did dress up for the Plaza Hotel, and so she is still serving. Thank you.
Makes sense. We've got two fine dames and a mangy dog of a man barely down from his opium high. So just like average polycule showing up at the Guggenheim.
You're...
Got him. As you three arrive, you subway your way up, arrive at the front door of the Guggenheim. It is, of course, all dark on the interior. And as you arrive, you can see in the shadows of the interior, distant but faintly visible to Damien's sight through the dark, the reflection in 2 eyes, 4 eyes, 6 eyes, as 3 shrouded figures enter, approaching from the center of the vestibule towards the opening door. The figures near, close enough that you can make out their outfits. These are 3 ladies, each of them dressed in kind of punky leather, lots of belts. Their hairstyles are respectively a mohawk, a buzz cut, and like regular shoulder length hair with bangs. So 2 punks and a normie, but all of them dressed as punks, at least in terms of hair. There's the normie. As you see these 3 vampires approach the door, the leader with the mohawk reaches out, grasps the handle, and pulls it open, and just hisses forward to you. The Guggenheim is closed.
We're here on Vema business, looking for one Mary Brighton, or information about her. Hopefully you'll permit us to enter.
Give me a bit of a vibe of what you're trying to put out here. Vema business could carry with it a lot of implications. You are the ones who are responsible for dealing with Masquerade breaches. Arriving to an Elysium could carry with it the idea that you are saying your Elysium is breaching the Masquerade, you fucked up, it's too public, something like that. Are you here trying to posture kind of in an intimidating manner? Are you trying to seem cooperative? Give me a bit of a vibe on like, how is Anastasia composing herself?
I think she's being cooperative, right? Like, she's saying like, hey, we're not here to intrude on your Elysium because we want, I don't know, to fuck your shit up. We're here on official business. You know, cooperate, play nice, don't piss off the Ventru, and let us in.
Are you going to name drop the Ventru? Because Vema is like a type of coterie, so if you wanted to kind of come in with a bit of the sense of institutional power behind you, you could perhaps name drop Francino, or the fact that you are on like Ventru business or something like that.
I won't mention it yet, but if they rebuff us, I might.
They rebuff you. On a simple ask of like, hi, we're here, can we come in? They're like, this Elysium is invite only.
I think you misunderstand. We're here on official business, and it'd be very, very, very unwise to piss off Francino. So please, let us in. We won't stay long. We're just inquiring after one Mary Brighton.
Okay. You bring up Francino, you name drop Brighton. This is where we'll make this a bit of a competition roll. I think for yours, Anastasia, you will be rolling composure plus, I think intimidation or leadership could both be adequate here. Leadership, you're referencing the kind of dominion of your baron, whereas intimidation is more just the strong arm element of it. I'll let you use whichever of those is higher.
They are the same, because I'm not speaking to a hypnotist's guild.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna be rolling composure plus, I think etiquette would be appropriate for these ladies.
I think so. Well, that's a composure of 3 and a leadership of 2, and I have 2 hunger dice. That's 2 successes, 3 failures. Whoa.
That is 4 successes as the harpies stare you down. They look back to you as you try to kind of puff up your chest and big up the importance of Francino, your Ventru sheriff. The 3 of these haughty, punky ladies smirk in response and say, honey, name dropping and tail chasing's not gonna get you very far here. As you lose your first exchange with the harpies at Elysium, we're utilizing here the advanced social conflict rules, so we will be kind of ticking on either side down against the willpower of each other. This totality of the advanced social conflict is not just to encapsulate your getting into the building, of course. This is going to be kind of the arc of your initial attempts, hopefully getting into the building, and then any consistent and persistent conversations that you have. But the vibe is made very clear right away up front. This is invite only. Honey, you weren't invited, and if you want to make your way in, you better have a damn good reason to do so. So because the spurning occurs in front of your coterie, you take 1 additional willpower damage for this failure, so you are taking 2 superficial willpower damage as the harpies rebuke you.
I think Anastasia, she can't even think of a zinger. She just goes, humph! Just like, well, your bangs are uneven, and your head is shaped weird and whatever.
Hey, no. No need for that. Look, ladies.
She storms off.
As she does, Damien kind of walks up and says, now, look, I understand that we're coming into your establishment uninvited, and that this is sort of a breach of your own protocol. However, we have confirmed evidence through multiple sources, including our own gathered intel, that Mary Brighton has committed a breach upon the Masquerade. Now, I could go back, if you want to turn us away now, and tell Francino that the 3 harpies are technically complicit in this by denying Vema entrance and essentially stopping our investigation. And if you want to be considered accomplices in this known Masquerade breach, that's the decision you can make. Though we're giving you the very kind extension to maybe address us otherwise. Again, we won't be very long as you cooperate.
All right. This will still be an intimidation roll. You're honing in on that, and I think I'm going to lock in on intimidation for this and not leadership, as you're kind of going more with the angle that you're implicating the Harpies for their cooperation. So this is, I think, going to be manipulation plus intimidation.
Excellent. Would you consider this to be coercion? I do have a specialty in intimidation.
I would say so.
Amazing. In that case, I'm going to be rolling 7 die.
That is quite good. And they're not so much reliant on etiquette at this point, so they're also faltering a little here. They'll still be rolling their composure, but for their skill... Yeah, and they won't really be able to rely so much on their specialization in etiquette here. This is going to go more towards their politics, so they're going to be rolling composure plus politics, which is a little lower for them.
Okay, let's go.
So many of their dice are so close to being successes, like so many 4s and 5s, but they only got 2 successes on that follow-up roll.
Ooh, and Damien McLean got 4 successes, no 1s or 10s on any of the hunger die.
Okay. As you double down on the threat and begin driving at the implication that denying you here indicates that they're in on the problem of the Masquerade breach, these ladies rescind slightly. They take a moment, head just a couple of steps back and whisper to each other, then return and say, "Very well, you'll be in. But we're keeping a close watch on you all, okay? It's our job to make sure it's only the most fashionable types in here, and well... 0 out of 3 ain't bad." And she hitches her head, hitches a thumb over her shoulder, and invites you all to enter.
Anastasia is seething.
Evelyn will look at them and say, "Thank you. And we'll keep a close eye to make sure we don't see any other Masquerade breaches. It'd be a shame if we found some more."
She just kind of walks off, the heavy implication in the air.
I love it.
Anastasia hits her with a nice one, Evelyn. Good job. You tell those bitches what for. Oh.
God.
I'm obsessed with her. So funny.
I love this coterie so much. They allow you inside, and these 3 punk ladies walk you inwards. You head into the central thoroughfare and then up the rotunda, heading along the slanted interior. The sound above of polite conversation and avant-garde music echoes out from the offshoot of the Tannhauser collection on the 2nd floor. As you all make your way higher, the ramp gives way into the permanent holdings of the Guggenheim Museum. Beautiful works of Manet, a Picasso, all manner of high art, stand shrouded, obfuscated, save for tasteful little cutouts in the curtains that have been placed over these. It seems that there are just little removes cut from each and every one of the black veils placed over these paintings, exposing only the heads and the necks of any humans in the portraiture.
Oh, that's so cunty. That's cunty as fuck.
As you arrive in, there is a hustle and bustle all around. There are many very fashionably dressed vampires present. Avant-garde outfits, Rococo chic. It is a wide gamut of fashion. Everyone here is an institution unto themselves. As you arrive, all eyes shoot to you as 3 yet unknown individuals enter Elysium. They have in hands, amongst them, Many of them are holding wine glasses filled with blood. There is at the center, on one of the benches that museum goers can rest upon, a shroud placed over the bench with a wide curtain to cover the floors, and several human bodies stacked up with an attendant vampire dressed in a proper kind of like tux and tails, who has been draining them into wine glasses to be served.
Evelyn will look at the fashion, will look at Damien and say, "You never would have cleaned up enough for this anyway."
Not that I particularly want to. Ugh.
Okay, so is there anyone that we recognize, right? Like, we're a coterie with the Ventru. We should know who the kind of, the big cheeses are in this room.
Yeah, there's a possibility of it. Let's have you make I'll call this intelligence plus, this could be either awareness or politics roll, whichever is higher.
Does somebody smarter than me want to do this?
I can do it,
A little help.
Yeah. I can shoot it.
Yeah, we haven't had an Evelyn roll yet. Evelyn, let's have a roll from you as you scan the room for, so intelligence plus either politics or awareness, whichever is higher for you.
As they're doing that, can I just provide the help action just by keeping an eye out? I have 2 points in awareness.
Does Anastasia also have any points in awareness?
She has 2.
Okay, so you can both be you all kind of collectively take a quick scan of the room, so 2 additional dice for you, Holly.
Okay, great. So I have 3 in intelligence, 2 in politics, 2 from my friends.
Actually, I will say, if it's politics you're doing and not awareness, the contributors will need to have at least 1 point in politics. Do you each have 1 point in politics?
Nope.
Never mind. Get rid of those help rolls.
I have nothing in awareness, so.
Very fair.
Still rolling 5.
She's unaware.
I got a 7. I got 3 successes with a 7, a 6, and a 9.
3 was the difficulty to identify the seneschal. It would be easy to spot the artist formerly known as Amira, the Toreador Prince, but she is overseas, and the Elysium is overseen by the seneschal, who is kind of the vice prince in this regard. A seneschal will be the term for somebody who oversees the domain while the prince is absent. And you identify them. The seneschal, in the absence of the artist formerly known as Amira, is Dare. And you spot Dare real quick from inside the crowd. Dare is tall, lithe, heroin-thin, deep black skin, has tightly cut, buzzed hair, and the word Dare is buzzed into their scalp like about a dozen different times in different sizes, different typefaces, different orientations, creating like a little typographical matrix that is buzzed into their scalp. And for the sake of understanding the kind of weight of that, as a reminder, vampires don't grow hair anymore. So unless they shave their head bald, this is their hairstyle for eternity.
Oh, gosh.
Not what I would have done.
I think Damien goes, aren't the Toreador supposed to be obsessed with beauty?
I like
Damn,
the one.
get 'em.
I like the idea of one vampire that doesn't know that your hair doesn't grow and got like micro bangs in like 2016.
Oh my god.
Micro bangs for all eternity.
Fate worse than the final death.
So funny. Permanently has a point of aggravated willpower damage.
Could you imagine if a vampire was having a bad time and they were like, ugh, and they do that impulsive bangs thing, and now they just have bangs forever?
Yeah.
That's not too dissimilar to having bangs.
It is a thing in like Toreador culture that like you do really need to ensure you are only turning the hottest people with the most perfect hairstyle because they're locked in. Like it's not gonna change.
Oh, that says something about the mohawk and the buzz cut from earlier. Shaved. It's a hairdo. Case closed.
Every Toreador would just say, "You don't get it."
Ugh. I love these cunty bitches. All right, let's go talk to the big cheese. Dare. But someone with more willpower, please.
So what is y'all's plan as you approach Dare? Let's lay this out. Let's kind of do this in the semi-freeform style, the like dictated freeform style, where we talk above about what the approach style is, then roll, then play out how that roll goes, instead of the inverse like we did earlier.
I think we should be cooperative for the most part. Like, they could probably pretty easily tell us. And I think the angle should be like, hey, the quicker you just let us know what we want to know, the quicker we'll leave and you can talk about us behind our backs.
I think Evelyn can go up as the person with the most willpower. And I think her approach would be, we're here for you because there is a old, loose Toreador going around. Like, this is not a like a new blood. Like, she's been around the block and she is putting out a bad name for you guys. Let's work together.
You know, Toreador love gossip. I mean, everyone loves gossip, but we can only imagine they really love gossip. I think if we, like, gave them a piece of quote-unquote gossip, which is the truth, which I guess gossip is, anyway, we should mention the situation. We should be a little bit more, like, we should let them in on it, especially Dare, but, like, you know, be like, now this is a secret between us, which Dare will like, and then on top of that be like, there was a massive breach, and there were a bunch of bodies, and there were Toreador roses carved into these bodies. So if it wasn't Mary Brighton, which we're happy to take care of for you, someone is out to shame you. So, like, grok that on your radar. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Few different angles I can imagine here from the approaches presented. If we like the gossip angle, I would call that manipulation plus persuasion. Whereas if we're going for more of the, like, being very upfront, here on business, here to exonerate you type of things, that strikes me more as, like, composure plus persuasion. And I could also see an argument for performance with the gossip angle, but persuasion, I think, feel like the more reasonable one.
I think, so I have 4 in manipulation and 3 in performance. So I think Evelyn could maybe really play it up.
I have 4 in manipulation and 3 in persuasion, so effectively the same stat. So Evelyn's probably got more willpower right now, so I think Evelyn should take it.
Yeah, I mean, we were planning on having, I think, Evelyn take this role anyway, since, like, I already kind of got us, like, the in, and it seems like Anastasia's like, I'll come in if I'm needed.
Very fair. Dare stalks their way towards you. If we want, like, kind of a face model here, think like Grace Jones and, like, the iconic all-black
Grace
pick.
Jones.
They stalk towards you, grabbing up a fresh glass of wine as they approach and quaffing deep as they do before they set the glass down just on the shoulder of another Toreador as they pass. This person's rocking real big shoulder pads, 80s business bitch, but, like, make it, like, hyper couture. It's got, like, bubblegum pink lipstick stains all over it, and the material itself is, like, sage green. They place the wine glass on top of the shoulder, approach, look to you all, and just cock an intimidating eyebrow as who's rolling?
That would be Evelyn.
Wonderful. Evelyn, let's have that roll. This was going to be, you said, manipulation plus persuasion? Are we going with the gossip angle?
We're going to try to do it in the performance way of, like, really playing it up.
Love it. From you, Evelyn, can I have the roll of manipulation plus performance? And from our seneschal, this is going to be...
If it's my specialty, do I get an additional die?
If it is your specialty and you're applying the specialty, so what is your specialty?
Performance.
No, but, like, what's your specialty in performance?
Oh, public speaking.
I would say this apply. Well, No, I don't think it really does, because you are kind of going hush-hush with it. So
Yeah,
I don't think,
think it
this
does.
applies.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, from the Seneschal, I think this is going to be composure plus leadership.
Okay.
And can we offer any help die?
Do either of you have any dice in performance?
Yes, I have 2.
Damien, any performance for you?
Nah, he just stands back with his arms folded. He's like, I did my part. I got us in. Like, I should not be talking to the hoity-toities up top.
So that's 2 die?
So 1 additional from Neo.
Okay, so that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes as well from Dare, and it's a great time for us to clarify a rules error that I had done in a prior episode. I had been unable to ascertain the rules vis-a-vis how ties work in contests, because I thought that doing Control F for the word tie would be able to get me that answer, like a fool.
Foolish.
Ultimately, it is a little on me for not just rereading the top-level contests section, so let me pull that up here. To clarify what the actual rule is for ties and fix my error from before, quote, if the acting character rolled equal to or more than the number of successes rolled by the opposing character, the test is a win. So in this case, Holly, you would be the acting character. You are the entrant. You are the person who is entreating. So it is going to be a win, barely, for you, Holly, so we can play this out. Let's see how this goes. As Dare approaches, wiping blood from the side of their lip, they come up to you nice and tight, whisper distance right away, as the Elysium beyond whispers down to a hush. Everyone, rapt attention on you.
Evelyn will put one hand gently on Dare's waist and say, Hi, Dare.
Evelyn.
A little birdie told me someone in your coterie is not acting right. Would you know anything about that?
Nothing comes to mind. You've certainly picked quite a time to seek us out. You wouldn't be causing any drama while the artist formerly known as Amira is away, would you?
Me? No, you know I love to be subtle. There's a lot of ears around. You wouldn't want any of this to get back to Amira, would you? Sorry, formerly
The artist.
known as Amira.
Formerly. And you. Fix yourself before she can fix you. They take a moment, look about, and keep close to you as you say, have we a name for this alleged troublemaker?
Evelyn will get super close to her ear and just say, Mary Brighton.
And immediately pull away to look at the reaction.
The reaction is one of a little bit of confusion, definitely a name recognition, and a furrowed brow as Dare says, doubly interesting timing. Walk with me.
Ooh, we gotta walk with me. Let's Sorkin this shit.
We walk. We walk. Dare hands each of you a glass of blood as you make your way out, and Dare is walking with you up the rotary of the rotunda as the remainder of the Elysium degenerates back into their various whispers and gossips. As Dare takes you up the spiral, they say, hope you'll forgive the privacy, but, no drama while Mommy's gone. I'm sure you understand.
Mm-hmm.
The artist formerly known as Amira is not the only one away right now. She's accompanied by a few. I'll not be giving away the names of all of our cohort who are absent at this moment, but Herr Knopf is with her. Herr Knopf is Mary Brighton's sire. You're telling me 3 days after he leaves town, Mary Brighton commits a breach?
That is what we're saying.
Sounds like somebody was waiting for an opportunity.
I'd say so.
And this breach, what is it? Messy feed?
No. She publicly, in a adult film, drained another actress. The video was posted. When we went to investigate, we saw that all of the crew members were dead.
Left? Dead? Left
Yes.
to be found?
Yes. Quite the bloody scene, but don't worry. We cleaned it up for you.
Much obliged.
Are any of the rest of us here, or is this just Holly and Dare?
I was assuming that the three of you were all traveling together.
That's how I was also assuming.
Okay, I think Damien would just quickly chime in. And don't worry, we got rid of the Toreador mark she carved into the bodies as well.
Marks carved in the body. The rose?
The rose.
Mary Brighton's trying to, quote-unquote, make a name for herself, be a big star. Which, I know that's your M.O., but carving roses on all of the chests of the bodies is a little excessive, don't you think? And I mean, if she's trying to make a breakout, why default back to the rose? That just shows her affinity. It's almost as if she wanted, or whoever wanted, the rose to be a very prominently noticeable symbol.
You think we're being implicated?
Who's to say? That's why we're on the case. We're trying to clean this up nice and tight so that, as you mentioned, there's no drama while Mommy and Daddy are away.
Oh, the artist formerly known as Amira would diablerize you for calling Herrnopf Daddy in this instance, but the boy and Mommy. Sure. Regardless, I can be of some assistance in this regard. Tell you of Mary Brighton's domain, her domicile. I don't know if she'll still be hiding out there if she's made such an obvious play, but best to start at home, don't you think?
Is there anything else you can also tell us about Mary Brighton? It seemed that she was not a very active member until quite recently. Are you aware of her adult film proclivity?
We've been made aware. Mary Brighton is her mask name, so it wasn't a threat. A little garish, but Knopf has kept a bit of a loose leash recently, and it wasn't my place to intercede. She was mine. But regardless. What else relevant? Her former art had mainly been in poetics. This was her first performance type. I frankly thought it was a bit of a phase she'd passed through. If I can be entirely honest, she hasn't been interesting enough for me to pay attention to.
Wig.
I think we all know that you don't make a move like this if you're already important.
Agreed. And if she's trying to implicate the Toreador, I mean, what could this be? A flight to the Anarch?
We've got some theories.
It was the Church of Set, right?
The Church of Set was a theory you were wondering about because of her demonstration of a discipline outside of the Toreador Ken. And basically the only ways you could obtain a discipline that aren't of your clan are if you're like a caitiff who is still growing into your clan, you're still figuring out where you belong. Doesn't seem to be the case with Mary Brighton, so we can probably rule that one out. She's known by the Toreador. You could commit diablerie, which no one in this party would know anything about. Wink. Which, if Mary is going to be this big and like crazy and obvious with the killing of mortals and clearly doesn't care if she upsets vampires with the Masquerade breach. Like, Masquerade breach is rule number 1. Don't diablerize is like rule number 5. So, like, if she's so willing to be so cavalier about this, you probably would know about her diablerie at this point. And the only other thing in your occultic studies that you're aware of that can infuse a vampire with disciplines outside of their clan are you're not familiar with the specifics, but there are apparently ancient practices of the secretive ministry of Set that are able to perform such a thing. So that's why they've kind of risen in your estimation as a possible theory.
I think after Damien says we have some theories, I imagine she kind of like cocks her head, and he just goes, well, we wanted to confirm that she was a Toreador because we thought maybe there's a possibility she's just a caitiff who's loosely affiliated. That's ruled out. She has a sire. The other thing we were thinking about was in her escape, she exhibited some abilities that are beyond your guys' normal affair that made us consider diablerie. But if she's so willing to piss you off, most people who do that wouldn't really go about it solo. You're just gonna get hunted down. Doesn't matter what niche power you got, you're gonna die. Most people would think that you would keep that kind of thing secret, right? So this kind of leads us to believe that she's working with someone, or has someone who has vested interest in protecting them that maybe got them this sort of weird ability. Evelyn, you said some sort of, gospel church thing?
Church of Set is the leading theory, given her weird proclivities or abilities. It's a little out there, but so is this situation.
Out there, indeed, Dare hisses. They look to you all and say, how much of the cleaning is it that you lot do? I've never been familiar with Vema business intimately.
We made it look like a human serial killer. It was a bit too short notice to clean it more effectively.
Cops were on the scene within, 30 minutes? Hour? We were barely able to get there, so we did what we could. You won't be implicated.
Very well. In that case, a bit of a division of resources then. You all have this theory about the ministry. Are you trying to hunt them down direct, or are you heading to Brighton's house?
One thing at a time.
I don't think we have time for one thing at a time. I'll send Trixie and the Rake to whichever place you don't go.
Why don't you send your people to her domain? Scope out the place, see if she left anything important. We'll go after the ministry.
Very well. I bid you all a pleasant evening, but more importantly, a productive one. I want this cleaned up by sunrise, and if it is, you'll be in good favor.
Always good to be in good favor with the Toreador. We thank you for your cooperation, and we apologize for intruding on your Elysium, but you must understand the circumstances were quite dire, wouldn't you agree?
I would. Be seeing you. With that, you've made it to the very top of the rotunda. They reach out their hand, click, ding! The elevator here at the top floor opens for you to take you back down to the bottom, and Trixie and the Rake, the 3 punk ladies, are waiting for you at the bottom as you exit to lead you out.
Toodles.
Later.
I think as we're walking out, Evelyn to Anastasia will be like, yeah, what I saw back there was interesting. Make sure you write that down. I think the Venture would be very interested in that. Just straight up lying to try to, raise some nerves.
Yeah, piss him off.
Piss them off. They scoff and stalk off in the opposite direction of you as you 3 head out now into the night once again, free of Elysium, unharmed. And each of you may also slake 1 hunger for your drinking of the blood from the glasses.
Damien did not partake.
2 of you may slake one hunger.
I was at 0.
Damien's not trying to get crossed, Damien. Wine after opium, no more hopium.
Yeah.
Terrible.
But one mystery remains. Where, oh where, to find the Ministry of Set? As the moon looms high and Mary Brighton's flight seems inevitable, we will rejoin our coterie for the next episode, the finale of Vampire the Masquerade.
Ooh, we're in it now.
Bye-bye, y'all.
Hi, and thank you for listening to our podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, then we'd really appreciate if you left us a review. If you really like what we do here and want to support us further, you can join us at patreon.com/tinytablepodcast. Our business email is also open for inquiries at tinytablebusiness@gmail.com, and all of our socials can be found in the episode description for any shenanigans you might want to follow. Till next time, see ya!
Welcome to the Shoutout Corner. This week, given the theme of this most recent episode, I'm going to assign you all famous paintings from various artists. Starting with Anna, we want to assign you The Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh. Drake, you're receiving the Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci. E.G., your painting is The Kiss by Gustav Klimt. I'm going to apologize right here in the middle and also say if I pronounce any of these wrong, paintings or artists, don't at me. That was for, adding me was for last week's episode. Regardless, Jade, you are getting The Birth of Venus by Sandro Botticelli. Joe, your painting is The Garden of Earthly Delights by Hieronymus Bach. Or Bosch? Regardless. Jordan, you have The Persistence of Memory by Salvador Dali. Cly, I'm assigning you The Creation of Adam by Michelangelo. A classic, as literally all of these are. Logan, yours is American Gothic by Grant Wood. Matthew, your painting is Water Lilies by Claude Monet. Nancy, you're receiving Napoleon Crossing the Alps by Jacques-Louis David. Or David, probably. Regardless. Pleasure Goblin, you get The Great Wave off Kanagawa by Hokusai. Sparky, your painting is The Scream by Edvard Munch. Stefan, we're assigning you Guernica by Pablo Picasso. Tammy, your artwork is going to be Girl with a Pearl Earring by Johannes Vermeer. The first 4 notes of Megalovania, I'm giving you the painting of by Pierre-Auguste Renoir. And finally, Thy Dungeon Gal, you are receiving The Swing by Jean-Honoré Fragonard. Again, if I pronounced any of these incorrectly, do not at me, but much like all of these that I've assigned you, know that you are all, to us, a work of art in and of yourselves. So thank you all so much for listening. We'll see you for one final episode, and then, from there, who knows what's next. Till then, ta-ta!